Hi team, greetings everyone. In the previous session, we saw user management and role management in FireFlink platform. In today's session, we are going to see how to assign the users to the individual project with respect to the roles they are going to act. So in today's session, we will be just navigating to the individual project level and we are going to assign the users to the respective project. So now when I talk about assigning the users, let me just go to user section. So here, if you notice, we have two users, one who is a super admin and one is a admin. So super admin and admin, by default, what is the access they will be having? Full access, and by default they will be added to all the projects under the license. So now first thing is I have to make sure inside this particular license I should have a user privilege. So now I am going to add another one person with the user privilege, and I will be showing you how to assign that particular user privilege to a respective project. So how do we add the users? Just click on this plus user button here, which will display add user to the license. And here you are supposed to enter the email ID of the user who you want to add. So I am entering the email ID now. Now I have to give the privilege of that particular user. As we discussed, I am going to give the privilege as user. And here, since he is a registered user, name and phone number is automatically reflecting. Let me just click on add. So once I click on add user, he is going to be added under this particular license as a user. Now when I say user, he will not be having any kind of access to any kind of project inside my license. I have to assign him to the respective project. So let us see how to assign this particular user to the specific project. So for that, let me just navigate to project section. Now I want to add the user to this particular shopper stack project. For that, first I need to navigate to individual project level. So how do we do that? Just click on the name of the project, which will take us to the individual project. So in individual project, if you can see in the left navigation, we have multiple sections. So in this multiple sections, we have project section. Let me just click on this project section. So here, if you can see under project section, we have three tabs. One is project configuration, users and roles. What is the purpose of project configuration? Where it displays the details of the individual project, like name of the project, type of it. If description is given, it will display the description also. While I'm creating this particular project, I didn't give any kind of description. So it is displaying as empty. And what is the status of the project? What is the web URL? Who has created it? When it has been created? Who has modified it, when the last modification was done. All this information is reflecting in this project configuration section. So if I want to edit any of the details here, I can use this edit button over here. Let me just click on edit. So as of now, the project is in open status. So what are the things that we can edit? We can edit the name of the project, we can edit the status of the project, we can edit the URL of the project. So as of now, I don't want to edit anything, so I will click on cancel button. Now let me navigate to users. So users section means users tab in the individual project level, what we are going to use for. Here we are going to use this section for adding the user privilege to the respective project. As I already told you, admin and super admin will be by default added to all the project with full access. If you can see, Netsmith and Steve Anderson, their privileges admin and super admin, and by default they are added to this particular project with what role? Full access role. Now I want to add one more user who is the one which I have added recently. So for that, what I have to do, just click on this add user. Once I click on add user, this add user to the project pop-up will be appearing where I can see the user privilege. So whose name is Karthik, and here I am supposed to add the user with a role. By default, if you can see, we have executive access. So it's a drop down actually. Once I click on this drop down, I have three different options: executive access, full access and test lead. How I am getting these three options? Because in all project level in role section, we have these three roles created, and these two are default roles, and this is the role which I have created by customizing the access. So I want to give this particular person this particular role, test lead. So what I have to do, I have to select the role, make sure that particular person is selected and click on add. So once I click on add, this particular user will be assigned for this particular project. So this is how we can add a user to a individual project. So in the previous session, we have seen how to add the users to the license. And in this session, we are seeing how to add the users to the respective project. So when I say user, I am indicating the user privilege. Now, when I say I can add this particular user, can I add a role which is specific for a project? Yes, that is also possible. For that, we have to navigate to roles section. So let me just navigate to this roles. So here, if you can see, again, we have the same three roles: executive access, full access, and test lead. And here it is saying from, and it is mentioned as license, because all these roles were created in the all project level, which is also called as license level. What if I want to create a specific role for this particular project, ShopperStack project? Can I do that? Yes, that is also possible. For that, just click on this plus role button, and here it's the same procedure. You have to give the role name. So here I'll just say test engineer. So I have given the name. This is the role which I want to create, which is specific for the ShopperStack project. And here if I scroll down, we have this project permission, and here by default everything is in no access. So I want to customize the access since it's a custom role. So what I will do, I'll just give the view access for dashboard. For repository, I will give edit access. For test data, I'll give edit access. For test development, I'll give full access. For test execution, I'll give full access. For defects, I'll give edit access. For analytics, I'll give view access. For configuration, I do not have, means I do not give any kind of access for this particular role which I'm creating. I'll just click on create. So this particular role will be created under the project. If you can see, it is mentioned as from project. Okay, when it is mentioned as from project, we cannot access this particular role in the license level, meaning that all project level. Now, if I navigate to all project level and navigate to role section, I should not be able to see this particular test engineer role. Let us check that. So for that, let me just navigate to all project level. How to navigate individual project level to all project level? Click on the project name. You'll get a drop down and click on all projects, which will navigate you to the all project level. Now, once we navigate to the all project level, as we discussed, let us navigate to the role section. So now I'll click on roles. So which should display only the roles which are created in the license level. So here if you can see, full access, executive access, test lead is reflecting, whereas test engineer is not reflecting. Why? Because that particular role is created in the ShopperStack project. So here when I navigate to ShopperStack project, I'm able to see the test engineer role. When I navigate to all project, I'm not able to see the test engineer role. Why? Because that particular role is specific for ShopperStack project. Okay. What if I'm creating a new project? Will it reflect in that project also? No. So let me try that. Let me just go to projects, and here let me try to create a new project. So how do we create a project? Just click on this plus project button, give the name of the project. Let us assume that I want to automate Amazon application. So what is the name of the application, name of the project that I have to give? Amazon. And here I will give the type as web, since it's a web application. Since these two information are not mandatory, I'll just click on create. So now what happens? The Amazon project will be created. I want to check whether the role is reflecting in this particular project or not. So for that, for which section we have to navigate? Project section. Let me just navigate to project section. Now I have to navigate to roles. Let me navigate to roles, where we can see the default roles and the test lead role. Why? Because these three were present in the license level and it is reflecting from license. Now, test engineer is not reflecting. Why? Because that test engineer role which I created was in ShopperStack project. So only in ShopperStack project we can access that particular role. So if I want to access that particular role in this project, I have to create the custom role in this particular project so that I can access it. Now, when I go to users, so as we discussed, this is a new project, right? So by default, Netsmith and Steve are added to this particular project. If I want to add the new user which I have added, what I have to do, since it's a user privilege, I have to add it manually. So how do we do that? Just click on this add user. So it is reflecting again. Here we have to select the user, and here we have to assign the role for him. When I say executive access, what is the access that he have? He have only view access, but I don't want to give him view access. I want to give him full access. So in that case, I have to select full access and I will just click on add. So now this particular user has been added to this particular project, Amazon project, with full access. You can see name, privilege is user, and the role is full access. So for this particular project, for Amazon project, the user is having full access. Whereas for Shopper Stack, the user will be having which access? The one which we gave, which is nothing but test lead. So as of now, I am in Amazon project. How do we navigate to test means another project or all project? Same procedure. Just click on the project name. You'll get a drop down where you have to click on the respective project level you want to navigate to. So now I want to navigate to Shopper Stack. Once I click on Shopper Stack, I'll directly navigate to the Shopper Stack project. Now if I click on project section, here if you can see the same person is added with the user privilege and he is having a different role, test lead. Whereas in that project, in Amazon project, he was having full access. So we can customize the access for the user under different projects. Now I don't want this person to access my Shopper Stack project. I want to remove this person from the Shopper Stack project. Is it possible? Yes. If you notice, we have this edit icon, remove icon for this particular user privilege. Whereas for admin and super admin, these two will be disabled. Why? Because we cannot remove a admin or super admin. Why? Because they are like owners of the license. Now, if I want to remove this particular user, what I have to do? I have to click on this remove icon. What about this edit? Let me just click on this edit. So once I click on edit, here I can customize the role of the particular user which I have assigned. Now I want to give him full access. What I will do? I'll change the role. I'll update the same. So once I update the same, what is going to happen? His role will be updated from test lead to full access. So here if you can see, the role is updated. Okay, using this edit button, we can change the role which is assigned for the particular user. What about this remove? So I'll just click on remove. So it is asking, it's giving me a warning. Remove user. Are you sure you want to remove Karthik from project? How do you want to proceed? I'll just say remove. So means you may have a question like you previously you said we cannot remove the user. Correct. We cannot remove the user from the license. We can remove the user from the project. Now Karthik has been removed from Shopper Stack project, not from the license. Still he will be available in the license. How do we make sure it? If you go to all project level, so let me navigate to all project level and let me go to user section. So now if you can see, Karthik is still present in my license. He is just removed from the Shopper Stack project. Okay, I removed Karthik from Shopper Stack project. Means he will be removed from Amazon also? No. He will be still present in the Amazon. Why? Because he is not removed from Amazon. Let me check that as well. So let me go to projects. Let me navigate to Amazon and let me navigate to project section and let me go to users. So here in users, Karthik is still present in Amazon. Why? Because I removed Karthik only from Shopper Stack. Now Karthik will be able to access only Amazon application, means Amazon project. Why? Because I have removed Karthik from Shopper Stack. So this is how we can assign the users to individual project level. So in this video, we have discussed how to assign the users to individual project level and how to customize the roles in individual project level as well as all project level. So in the next session, we will see about the next topic. Thank you.